Good morning. Happy. Right. So today, sports performance, we have our strength power day today. So we do need one set of dumbbells. I do recommend having a lighter set and then a little bit of a heavier set. We're gonna be doing total body things. So I'll just kind of get into the demos here. We're going to do 3 rounds here. We're going to do 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest slash transition time. And we're going to start off here. And this first one, we're definitely going to want a lighter dumbbell. We're going to do some alternating snatches. So this one is going to be a lot of leg and shoulder work all at once. So we're going to start off, feet are hip width apart. Our dumbbell is in between our feet. So the dumbbell's on the ground. We're going to squat down, knees past the second toe. Want to get that butt as low as you can. Keep that chest up. We're going to take that dumbbell. We're going to drive that elbow up, bring it above head and back down. And then we'll switch over to the other side. So really important, we want to pretend like we have glass across our shoulders. Want to break the glass with the elbow and then follow up with the hand. So that's where we want that weight to be a little bit lighter. I don't know why I'm setting that down. Our next movement here is going to be a push press. So this one we can actually go a little bit heavier for. I only grabbed one set of dumbbells, so I can do the same weight. But if you do have a heavier set, the push presses are really good to kind of work on some heavier dumbbells here with the shoulder press. So we're starting off as just a regular shoulder press here, elbows slightly in front, hands above those shoulders. But we want to slightly use those legs and use the legs to help our arms. So it's a little bit more of a power movement here. It's different than a squat to press because we're not squatting all the way down. It's just a slight bend and press up. So that's our second movement. So lots of shoulders back to back. And then we're going to go ahead, we can set those dumbbells down. Feel free to use them for these next 2 movements, but you don't need them. We're going to do reverse lunges into a knee drive, and we're going to do some holds with that. So we're going to start at the top of our space. We're going to do all on one leg, then all on the other leg. We're going to step back into our reverse lunge, so knee over the second toe. We're going to push through, drive through. We're going to hold at the top for 3 seconds and then go back down and then power up, explode. So it's going to help with explosiveness and power, but also help use that core as we hold that knee in place. So it's going to help with some balance stability and some isometric work as well. So we're going to do 40 seconds on one leg and then 40 seconds on the other leg. So again, same thing, step back, powering up, holding at the top. So that's going to be the next 2 movements. And then we're going to end with some drop squats here. So what that looks like, it's not a jump squat per se. It's more of we're focusing on the landing mechanics here. So we're going to start on the toes, nice and stretched out here. And then we're going to drop into a squat and then reset. So we're here nice and tall, dropping down, and then nice and tall and dropping down. So that's going to be the last movement here. So that is going to be our circuit in whole. So like I said, we're going to do that 3 times through. So we can go ahead and get started with our warm up here. And we're going to start with a little bit of hip flexor into hamstring here, getting our hips ready for our lunges, as well as holding that knee drive. So we're on the ground, one knee on the ground, one foot on the ground. We're going to keep that core tight, butt to belly button, squeeze the glute of the knee that's on the ground and push those hips forward. So we're going to feel that opening up the front of our hip. We're going to do a nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, straighten out the front leg and bring our chest to the knee, getting that nice hamstring stretch there. Just going to hold here for a second. And take a nice big deep breath. And exhaling, coming back forward. We're going to do one more hip flexor on this side. So squeeze that glute, push those hips forward. If you'd like, you can raise your arm overhead, get a little bit of a stretch there into the hip. And we're going to exhale, rock the hips back, toes to the ceiling, chest towards the knee. Again, getting that nice hamstring stretch, kind of breathe into that tightness this morning. And we can go ahead and exhale and come out of that. And then we'll go ahead and switch our knee and our foot. So same checklist here. We're going to bring that butt to the belly button so our back is flat, core is engaged, squeeze that glute and push those hips forward. So we're feeling that in the front of the hip here. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're exhaling, rocking our hips back, toes to the ceiling, chest towards the knee. Again, that nice stretch through the calf and the hamstring. Big deep breath. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, coming back to our hip flexor stretch. So squeeze that glute, push those hips forward. And again, this time we can raise that arm above head, adding that extra stretch into the front of the hip. Big breath. And we're going to exhale, rock the hips back, chest towards the knee. Breathe into that tightness. We're going to take a big deep breath. And we can go ahead and exhale and come out of that. And then we're going to go ahead and warm up our upper body a little bit. We're going to do some rotation here. So we're going to be on the hands and knees. We're going to take our right arm. We're going to inhale, reach through in between the left arm, left leg. And exhale, opening up towards the ceiling. And we're going to inhale, reach through. And exhale, opening up. And last one, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. We can go ahead and plant that hand back up underneath the shoulder. Same thing on the other side. So left hand, we're going to inhale, reach through in between the right arm, right leg. And we're going to exhale, opening up. And inhaling, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. And last one, reaching through. And opening up. And we can go ahead and bring that hand back up underneath the shoulder. And we are ready to rock and roll. So we're starting off one dumbbell. We're going to do alternating dumbbell snatches here. So starting off a little bit lighter than we normally do here with this one. So we're starting off in between the feet with our dumbbell. 40 seconds of work, getting started here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're squatting down. So really important here when we are going down to get that dumbbell, we're not just bending over. That's going to use all the low back. We want our butt to come down, break the glass with the elbow, power up, back down, switch to the next side. So we're really pushing through the heel, big toe, little toe. And we're going to feel that in the glutes as we drive up. And then again, we're driving. Oh, spider. Ew. Oh, no. Gross. Sorry. Ew. Oh my gosh. I need a tissue. Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right. Good job. Set the weight down. We're doing push presses next. So we're grabbing our other dumbbell, getting ready. We're using the legs to help the arms. We can use a little bit of a heavier weight here. 3, 2, 1. All right. So have that slight bend in the knee, push the weight above head. So keeping those elbows slightly in front, slight bend in the knees. We're not fully squatting, but we're pushing through the ground, and that helps us get the power to be able to push a heavier weight above head. So that's why if you do have a second set of dumbbells, definitely recommend that for this movement. But we're keeping the core tight. 3, 2, 1. All right. You can either set the weights down for the reverse lunges, or you can hold them, whatever feels good for you today. I'm going to set those down. But we're stepping back, reverse lunge, driving that knee up, holding for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back, keeping that core nice and tight. Exhaling, exploding up, holding for 3 seconds. So we really want to exhale, explode up, act like we have a plane of glass around our hips, break that glass with the knee. So we're being really explosive here, holding for 3 seconds and back down. Really want to bring our core together. So I like to imagine we have our 6-pack muscles here. We want to pull them together and down. That's how we use that core. Instead of, if we're feeling it in the hip flexors, that means we need to use the core a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. And then we'll move on to our drop squats. And then we'll start back at the top. I feel like I missed something. All right, 3, 2, 1. So switching legs here, stepping back, knee over the second toe, chest over the arch of the front foot, driving through the heel and exhaling as we come up, helping us use that core to drive the knee. This is really good. We're working on our balance, our stability, our core strength, and the explosiveness. And also, if we like to run at any point in time, running is all about how we drive the knee up. So this is a really good movement to kind of help strengthen that as well. 3, 2, 1. All right, last up we have drop squats. So we're gonna start nice and tall and land in that squat position. So like I said, during the demos, it's gonna help us with landing mechanics, which is really important for any sport really. 3, 2, 1. So we're nice and outstretched on our toes and landing at the bottom of our squat, then pushing the ground away as if we were performing a regular squat. So coming up and down. Good job, really reaching towards the ceiling, dropping down. Want to keep that chest up like we're squeezing an orange between our shoulder blades here. So all the way up, coming down, really trying to get our knees over the second toe and always standing hip width with those feet. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right. Round 1 is done. We got 2 more to go, starting off with our alternating dumbbell snatches. And then we're gonna do our 2 rounds and then we'll cool down, reset our minds and go on with our day. 3, 2, 1. So bringing that butt down as far as we can. Chest is open, chest is up. Drive the elbow. So the elbow is breaking that glass at our shoulders and then the hand is following. So we're gonna feel that really in the front and the side of our shoulder, especially when we're lifting up here, we're gonna feel that more in the side. So really important, we just wanna think of driving the elbow up first while using those legs. So drive the heels through, drive the elbow up. So push the ground away, elbow up. 3, 2, 1. All right. Those always make me so out of breath. Okay. Next up, push presses. So if you have a heavier set of dumbbells, grab them. Push yourself. We want to go heavier on this one. 3, 2, 1. So always important here to bring your butt to your belly button. So we want that back nice and flat. If our back is like this when we're overhead, that means we need to drop the weight down. We need to work on core strength and overhead mobility. So if you do have, you're noticing that no matter what you do, your back is arching throughout this movement, please just let me know. We can always set up time to meet and kind of go over what we can work on and work together on that. So definitely be mindful of how things feel, how we're moving, and just really being mindful. 3, 2, 1. All right. You can, like I said before, keep those weights for the reverse lunges if you'd like. If not, feel free to set them down. I mean, definitely be extra challenging. Maybe in a few weeks, we'll all be holding them. 3, 2, 1. So step back. Really important here too to make sure that when we step back, we want to act like our feet are on railroad tracks. So we want to step directly behind our hip when we go down and back up. That's going to help with balance and stability here. So going straight back behind that hip versus if we step directly behind, we're going to be a little bit more wobbly. So that's also going to help with our stability, with our balance. Really drive through, holding for a few seconds here. 3, 2, 1. All right. Getting ready, we're gonna do that same thing on the other leg. And then we have drop squats. Then we'll do one more round. And then we're gonna do a nice little reset. 3, 2, 1. So still stepping back, driving through that heel, big toe, little toe. So really, when we drive through the heels, so even if we just stand here, we push the heels into the ground, we're gonna feel that in the glutes. So that's what we really wanna be focusing on here. We're definitely gonna be using other muscles in the legs as well, but if we focus on the heel, that's really gonna help us activate those glutes. And the glutes are very powerful muscle group, especially for explosiveness when it comes to most sports, because we got to use those hips. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last up, we have drop squats. And then we got one more round. And then we'll do some stretching. All right, getting ready here. 3, 2, 1. So on the toes, straight up in the air, dropping down as low as we can. Pushing through the ground, heel, big toe, little toe, just like a regular squat to stand back up. Keeping that core nice and tight. Making sure that as we raise above head again, we're not leaning back. We don't want that arch. We want to be nice and tall here. And drop down. Pushing through the ground. Use those glutes, not the back. Well, our back technically is being used. We don't want to use the back to stand up. 3, 2, 1. What I mean by the back is being used already is anytime we engage our core, that is also, when I say core too, I mean shoulders, hips, torso, which means the back muscles down here as well. So we do need to strengthen those to help with any low back tightness. All right, snatches. 3, 2, 1. We don't necessarily in movements want to like avoid using the low back. We just don't want to lift our weight up using the low back because that's how we injure ourselves versus keeping everything tight and working those muscles at the same time that we're using our stronger muscles to get up. So that's where that difference lies. But again, elbow and then hand follow, push through the ground. Those legs are there to help the arms. We have a lot more muscles in our legs than we do in our arms. 3, 2, 1. So really just like, so we got it in the snatches and in the push presses, using those legs to help the arms. Definitely, this is our last round of this. Push yourselves, grab that heavy weight. 3, 2, 1. So slight bend in the knees, pushing through those heels. Great job. Definitely. I want everyone to be doing this with heavier weights than I am. Definitely on this one, I don't want us going super fast like I am right now. I want it to definitely be like this is definitely when we're picking weight, I want us for it to be hard for the last few seconds, right? Not something like this where I can do it for 40 seconds and it's fine. 3, 2, 1. I want y'all to push yourself, okay? And that means grabbing heavier weights. So if you're not sure what weight to start with or you need help, questions about weight, definitely let me know. We can definitely, again, work through that and figure that out for you. All right, reverse lunges. 3, 2, 1. Step back, drive it up. And holding at the top. Does help if we exhale. Definitely getting a lot of core work in this one, which is different than like normal, like targeted core work we get. So I do like incorporating these types of things into classes. But if you join in with Functional Fitness Friday and guided breathing, I am now teaching that at 12 o'clock on Fridays. So you can always check that recording out on YouTube. 3, 2, 1. You can always check that recording out, but we are going to be doing a little bit different core work there later, as well as more single leg things like we have been doing. Actually, this whole week has been a lot of single leg things. But it's always good to work things separately to help work on our strengths. 3, 2, 1. So last round of these, and then we're going to do our drop squats. And then we'll be on the ground for the cool down, working on opening up our back and our hips. So we're going to be on our back for our cool down today. And then we'll do a little bit of refocusing, resetting our mind going into the weekend. And after a short week, 3, 2, 1. All right. Last movement of this class. We got drop squats. We're getting ready. We got 10 seconds. Well, now we got less than 10 seconds, but getting ready here. 3, 2, 1. So we're nice and tall through those toes. It's going to give us a little bit of calf work out there. Dropping down. So really working on those landing mechanics. I say this all the time. Anytime we jump, we want to land nice and soft. So try and make as little noise as we can when those feet do hit the ground, because it is kind of like we're landing. So those toes are not just coming, or the heels aren't just coming straight down. We do want to be here and leave those toes a little bit. So it's, like I said, it's a little bit of a jump and not a full jump. 3, 2, 1. And that is it for today's workout. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Like I said, we're going to be on our backs today. So make your way onto the ground on your back. And we're going to do our figure 4 piriformis stretch. So we're going to take, I'm going to leave my left foot on the ground. We're going to take the right ankle and cross it over the left knee. And if that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little bit more tension, let's go ahead and interlace those fingers and grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin and pull towards the chest. So this is going to help us open up our hips, our glutes, and our low back, because all of that can get pretty tight. All of those muscles are really connected. And so if one is tight, you can pull on all the other ones and just create a lot of tension and tightness in that area. And all of us working desk jobs, it just does not help our cause there. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, into the belly. And then exhale through the mouth. Sigh away that tension. I want you to just really feel all the tension in your body leave with each exhale. I know since we are pulling that knee closer, we can have a little bit extra tension in those shoulders and in our neck. So I also want you to imagine just relaxing all of that with each exhale. And let's go ahead and do one more breath here. And after we have finished that exhale, we can bring that foot back to the ground. And then we'll go ahead and cross the opposite ankle over the opposite knee. So we have the left ankle over the right knee. If that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. you need a little extra, interlace those fingers, grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin and pull towards the chest. This is where you might notice that maybe this side feels a little bit different. Maybe a different muscle is tight on this side, or maybe this side is super loose. It's going to be very dependent on each one of us, on how that feels, because each one of us has a different side that's dominant, a different side that's non-dominant, and we also have different muscle groups that are going to be dominant or non-dominant. So maybe some of them are overactive, some of them are underactive. It's going to be different for all of us. So the stretch is definitely not going to feel the same for everyone. But regardless of where we feel it, I want us to really just release the tension, let that body relax, breathe into the tight areas, picture those muscles relaxing. Let the mind help the body get to where it needs to be. And let's go ahead and do one more big deep breath on this side. And as we are finishing that last exhale, let's go ahead and release our right foot. And then we'll go ahead and straighten out those legs. And we're gonna do a couple deep breaths. So I like to do my left hand over the heart, right hand over the stomach. We really want that right hand to raise before this one does. That means we're really breathing through our diaphragm. And then exhale through the mouth, sigh away that tension. And while we are here, we're going to set our intentions for the day. So I really like to do this in the mornings because it can help us kind of have a vision and a goal and a direction for the day. So whether that is setting the intention of getting certain tasks done, whether it's setting the intention of how you want to show up today, how you want your energy to be, maybe how you want to come into each interaction with everyone you have today. So it's just a really good way to kind of set the tone for the day. And, you can also, while we're here setting an intention, we can also maybe set a goal for the day. So whether that's fitness related, whether it's career related, personal, like whatever it is, whatever area you want to improve upon today, let's make it a goal and an intention to help us get there. And if it's fitness related, we already all got our nice workout in, so that does not count because we already did it. So we gotta come up with a different goal. Maybe it's going outside for 10 minutes because that helps our energy levels, and that's what we want to do for the day. We want to really bring good energy to each interaction we have with people today. So whatever that looks like for you, I want you to kind of think about that. Hold on to those things. When we're done, I want you to go write it down on a piece of paper, on a sticky note, somewhere where you can see it all day, and you can kind of keep that reminder of the intention that you set for yourself today. We're going to go ahead and do one more deep breath. And after that exhale, we can start to wake the body up. So wiggle those fingers and toes, move the head side to side, and gently roll over onto your side to return to a seated, kneeling, or standing position. Or as always, feel free to stay on the ground. Keep breathing, close your eyes, let your body and your mind relax before going into the workday. But thank you all so much for joining me today. That was definitely a good workout, a lot of different things there. And I really do like to set those intentions in the morning because that can help us just really bring our best throughout the day. So like I said during class, though, I am teaching later today at 12. So if you can't make it, that will be up on YouTube. And then we'll be right back into our regular schedule next week, 5 full days. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you for coming, and I'll see y'all next week.